Good morning, everyone. My name is Callie, and I'd like to welcome you to another weekend of Clarinets, Cats, and Coffee. Oh, yeah, this isn't coffee. This is hibiscus tea. I just needed a change. My coffee's gone. You can see that right there. Right, Camille? Alright, so in today's video, I'm going to give you guys 7 daily exercises, just like really short little things to do. They're actually from the 416 Daily Exercises by Kroetsch. Oh, hi, you're going to be a lap kitty today? Alright. And I took them from the D major exercises. Before we do that, I just want to thank everybody who came to the live stream on Wednesday night. And in case you missed it, it's still up on YouTube. You can go check it out. I made a list of all of the questions that were asked. So if you don't want to sit through the entire hour-long live stream, you can kind of click through and find the answer to whatever questions you're looking for. So again, thanks to everybody who showed up and submitted questions. It was a good time, and I think it turned out pretty great. Also, I'd like to thank everybody who tuned in to the podcast on Monday night. So if you're just now hearing about this, there is a new podcast in town called the Candid Clarinetist, and it is hosted by Sam Rothstein. He's from the Indianapolis Symphony, and he has posted, I think, 12 episodes so far. Super interesting. He's really great at interviewing. And it was a good time on Monday night. So I just talked about like my YouTube channel and just gave listeners some tips on starting their own YouTube channel if they wanted to. And just kind of a peek of what kind of goes behind the scenes and kind of the path to monetization for YouTube channel. So as you know, I'm not like some big fancy YouTube star or anything like that, but it was quite an honor to be interviewed for a podcast such as that. So be sure to go check it out. I'll leave a link below if you guys are interested and you haven't already downloaded it. So today is going to be pretty short and simple and pretty sweet. So I have these 7 daily exercises that I picked out from the Kroetsch exercise book, and I've just been thinking like, we spend so much time thinking about technique, and yes, we need to have good technique, right? If you don't have technique, you can't play music. But I feel like the Kroetsch exercises are just really excellent technical exercises with so much musical potential, so much expressive potential to them. So I wanted to pick from a key signature that wasn't super hard to sight read, but that was a little bit more interesting than just C major. And so I chose 7 exercises from the D major page. And now I chose the ones that I thought were, I don't know, just musically more interesting with a little bit more expressive potential. So there's a whole other page of the D major exercises besides what I included here. So be sure to check it out. They're a little bit more technical and sound a little bit more etude-y, so I tried to keep it simple and on the same theme. So I'm just going to play each of these once for you so you can get an idea of how they each sound. But what I recommend is play through one of these each day and maybe at least 8 to 10 different times. And each time you play it, try to play it a little differently. Maybe the first time you play it really slow just to get the notes and the phrase and the sound in your head. The second time you play it, maybe try doing it a little more legato or a little more articulated or a little less of one or the other. Or the third time, add in a few extreme crescendos and decrescendos. And perhaps the next time you add a little bit of rubato. Or I like to put a little ritordandos at the end. So I like to just play these very freely without a metronome we spend a lot of time working with a metronome, right? We practice scales with a metronome. We practice different etudes with a metronome. So I find it refreshing to take a moment and play stuff without a metronome and focus completely on expression and getting all the right notes. And these aren't rhythmically complex, right? They're either in some type of duple rhythm or some type of triple rhythm, and that's pretty much it. So I just love them. And it reminds me of, you know, some like cadenzas or something like that. So I try to take that kind of perspective when I'm playing through these. Now, you'll notice I'm actually going to play this on the barrel that came with my instrument, the longer one. So I picked out 2 CSVR barrels. I picked out 2 of these barrels. One is 65, and I believe this one is 66 or 67. I can't remember how long this one is. And unfortunately, I play pretty sharp. My mouthpiece also is tuned a little higher. So but the barrel I was using, this guy, the Royal Global Polaris barrel, it's adjustable. So like in the middle of the summer when it's like blazing hot, I can actually extend this to 68 millimeters and be super in tune and still have a nice, beautiful sound. But I wanted you guys to hear this in I don't know, in action, because it actually is a pretty nice barrel, stock barrel that comes with the instrument. So to make the tuning a little more consistent and the sound more consistent, I put tuning rings in it. So, because again, it still needs to be just like a tiny bit longer. So I like to use plastic tuning rings or whatever synthetic material. I think metal ones kind of resonate weird. And this just kind of seals the bore. This is why I like the adjustable barrels, because you don't have a huge gap, a huge gaping hole, whereas, you know, with a regular barrel you do. So you use tuning rings and that closes up the gap and should make the tuning a little more consistent as you adjust this and also make the sound more smoothen. So, you know, you guys can be the judge of which one you like better. I will warn you, I'm a little more in shape now than I was in the video last week. So I would say don't judge the equipment. You should really just judge me. But anyway, so if you're thinking about getting one of these clarinets, just know that the stock barrel actually is a pretty good. Oh man. Just know that the stock barrel is actually a pretty good match for these. I think I pretty much covered everything with how I like to practice these, and you know, just be creative, have fun with it. If you can't play something super fast, which I typically don't play these super fast, I do enough fast playing in other things, like the Offerman studies behind me. Those are really fun. So I'll just play them for you so you can get them in your ear, and yeah, just have fun. These are great. All right, guys, wasn't that lovely? I just think those are so charming and cute, and there's so much expressive potential with them. So if you guys like what we're doing here, consider supporting my channel on Patreon. There is a $3 tier just for my YouTube followers. I also teach private lessons. I don't go through any agency or anything. If you send me a message, it goes directly to me, and so if you're interested, I do lessons online right now, and they're going really great. And I'd love to work with anyone who finds me on YouTube. Now, that's pretty much it. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you, patrons, for supporting this channel. And thanks to everybody who listened to the podcast and showed up for the live stream. You guys are awesome, and have a great weekend and a great week next week. And as always, happy practicing.